Good evening. My name is Jeffrey, and this evening I'm going to talk to you about what drives, what makes me motivated, what's my passion for being in school, what makes me want to be academically successful, not only just academic, what makes me want to pursue my career goals with what I'm currently doing. And it's not something that everybody can do. This is something that I really set forth my best foot to do. I've been in the business to making my own things for a long time. I've been around a lot of good people that have their own businesses, and something that motivates me is that itself. I believe in the quote that if you're around a millionaire, you'll become a millionaire if you want it. If you're around a billionaire, you'll become a billionaire if you want it. That drives me and motivates me to want to pursue business aspirations, business goals, business mindsets of different people. I want to be around different people that have exactly what I have going. It's not easy to be motivated. So every day I pride myself. I get out my bed and I look at where I come from, and that alone just makes me feel like it's big for me to not stay stuck on it's more so like being where I am now. I think about where I come from. I think about where I want to be, and that pushes me and that motivates me to be every day to be a better me. I like to say it that way. It's just to be a better me. I might not be the next person and on the side of me. I might not be the person behind me or in front of me. But if I can just be a better me, that helps me continue to push and helps me continue to strive myself to be a better me. I have a lot of different goals, not different from, I mean, anybody else in this business, but I have to start small. I like to start with short goals. Short goals to me means if you start throughout the week, 7 days out of the week, you can set a goal 7 days out of the week. And I'm a results guy. I like results. If I can see it being done, if I can see it happening, then I know it's being done. I know it's happening. So that right there makes it a short goal for me. And I think the only way that a short goal can jump to a long is achieving the short goal. So that's some things that motivates me. That's some of the things that drives me. I am a first time college person in my family. Um, a lot of my family did different avenues. They took maybe like trade schools. They took trade schools. I have a lot of people that took different routes instead of being what I like to call it on the long journey. A lot of people won't sit in a classroom setting. Me personally, it didn't really bother me too much, but I mean, I think you have to do what works for you. Sitting in the classroom for me definitely helps me learn more, and it helps me stay focused through everything in life. Sometimes you just have to be patient. Sometimes if you don't rush things, you learn a lot of things that people just skip over. So that pushes me to want to be successful. Academics is something that I'm not unfamiliar with. I've come up in education settings, not to be the smartest guy, but I was pretty smart. Math was my favorite subject coming up. Once I got older, it became English. So it's like, what works for you works for you. So academics is something that I pride myself on to make sure I'm doing the right thing. It could be so simple as making sure that you have an assignment turned in on time. Uh, this what I'm doing is a free will thing. So it's like simple habits that you set or turn over into an academic setting. Academics is what it is. It's grade wise. It's due dates. It's being on time. You know what I mean? So that word academics alone is something that stands out to me big. I don't play around when it comes to a studying mindset. I like to be on time with everything. I like to make sure that I focus on the subject at hand. That's something that prides me to be like who I am and stand firm in what I do. I see myself in the future in this business degree major. I see myself doing everything. When I say everything, I mean it could be anything. Um, Previously, I told you that I've been around a lot of people that have businesses, anywhere from food businesses, shops. You call them vape shops nowadays. You call them smoke shops nowadays. A good friend of mine had a design, like a designing business that he did. Was really good at it. He designed different shoes. He designed different logos. He was real good with it. And unfortunately, he's not with us anymore. So that kind of pushes me to kind of carry the weight with the business mindset. A lot of the things that I saw he was doing, it wasn't just an ordinary thing. It wasn't just like you could just pick up a piece of paper and get to going. He took strategy. A lot of my strategy work, uh, attention to detail. A lot of those things like that I learned from him. He taught me a lot of things. I've been knowing him ever since we were like, third grade. So we just lost him back in 2020 of May. So that's kind of been tough. It's only been 5 years, but you know he was a good person. That was a business mindset. I have um, someone I know. They own a restaurant. Um, just with a restaurant mindset alone, just doing like inventory, making sure your sales reach what you want it to reach, food inspection, paying attention to detail, patience, um, payroll, making sure you have everything that you set out to do beforehand. Quick little story, right before I got into the business degree, I went online and I searched and how to do my own restaurant. So I got a lot of background information with that. It's like it's definitely a way more than I imagined what it would be. You definitely have to have your building. That's just like the base of it, right? You pretty much put in for like a loan that you wanna take out, right? You have to get all your equipment, whatever product is that you're selling. So that ties in the same thing with inventory as far as your food product. Who's the people that's bringing the truckloads in, and who's the people that you're buying all your equipment from. You're going to have freezers. You're going to have stoves and grills. Um, you're also, what I'm saying is, it's going to be something as a business mindset. You have to have a logo. You have to have a slogan. I searched all that up. I got pretty much like a budget sheet on what it is that I want to do. You have to do everything as far as uniforms. Your building to be like a monthly rent. You got rent, water, lights. You know what I'm saying? So I did that, just knowing that I wanted to do something with a business, with a business background. So I looked into that, and here I am now. And I'm getting my feet wet. Not even just trying to do the restaurant thing. It could be anything. But I have a blueprint to see exactly where I need to start. You have to you have to start somewhere before you can end up somewhere. So even if it's something as small as doing something like clothes. That's what my friend did. He did clothes. He put designs. He had his own design. He put his own logo. Pretty much like hats, socks, pants, t-shirts, things of that nature. So something like that would be something that I could do, something that I could get my feet with. And it could be, clothes, it could be food, it could be something that you're making some type of I call it revenue. I'm saying, of obviously you have to have the budget sheet to put up, to see what you're going to do, have some type of blueprint, some type of envision, and some type of image on where you're trying to go and where you want the business to be. So with that mindset, I think I can do anything. I can do it, whatever I put my mind to. I can do anything. So, of course, to me, it's a lot of it is like an entrepreneur thing. Just getting your feet wet, seeing what it is you can do, what it is you want to do. I think that's going to help me be a leader in my field. Like even if I don't open up a business, I think being like in a place of a business mindset with a degree, not just the mindset, but like the environment. Um, business, as we know, is a whole bunch of different things. Accounting, that's like banks. Plugging in numbers and adding, and even things like that. I definitely feel that I could be a leader in those environments and those predicaments. I feel that my leadership would be good for the business, for the organization. I feel that with my leadership background, I come from different organizations. I've been in many different organizations, and to me and to anybody else, organizations could mean something different. Specifically saying organizations is organized things. So, I've come from a lot of different organized things that, not a lot that I didn't want to be a part of, but a lot of it I wanted to be a part of. A lot of it was, me jumping on board, knowing that I could do it, trusting in myself, knowing who I am as a man of God, knowing who I come from, knowing what I was taught. I trusted myself, and it worked out. Do I believe that if I never had image of doing something and I just boom jump right on it, I do, because I believe in myself. I trust that I can do anything that I come across, that I set my mind to. I feel and I'm 100% all in with it. It's a lot of things that I think this business degree could take me. It could take me different places. I believe it could take me around the world if I wanted to, if I can envision it, if I could see it. I believe it could take me all across the world. That's something that I definitely would really be interested in getting my hands on, or getting my feet wet with. Just being everywhere. I'm a traveling guy. I like to travel. I've stayed a lot of different places, and a lot of different places are really different. The culture, the mindset of the people, just the way that they eat. It's just a lot of the way that they live, the way they do things. Man, it's some of the simplest things that they have. You know what I mean? So a lot of the small things for me interest me. It's just something that I grew up like, man. I grew up, not a big home, not a whole lot of money, not a whole lot of material things. But I've learned early that I had to work with what I had. I, whatever I had to make it look like it was better than what the next person's gonna be. Whether it's personal for me or whether it ain't personal for me, it just always was something that kept me motivated. So I don't look at it too much as a competing thing, but I look at it as a thing within. It's just how I knew, who I wanted to be, how I wanted to live my life. So that right there is something that I pride myself on, that I push myself to do pretty much, well, not pretty, but what to do with this business degree that I'm taking. So that's a little bit about me and my business degree. Thank you for your time too. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you.